Welcome back to another episode of Super Mario RPG. Now, a little disclaimer before we start. You'll probably notice that this is a post-commentary as opposed to my usual live commentary. That happened because for some reason I was recording and it wasn't recording my voice, it wasn't recording my commentary. And since I don't have any saves to go back and do the whole thing from the beginning, and it would take a really long time to do so, I've decided to just do a post-commentary and just talk about a few things here and there. So, first of all, you'll notice that, or perhaps you'll notice that I'm a slightly higher level than what I used to be. That was because I decided that it was kind of a low level for this place and to fight the pirate dude. So I wanted to just farm a little bit, you know, get a few levels under my belt and go fight him. And in the process of the video, you see how well that worked or didn't. Anyway, first of all, the kind of a thing that I want to talk about first is, first of all, the kind of a thing I want to talk about first. Anyway, my syntax here is wonderful, wonderful. I start speaking Greek. That's gonna make things better. I know it will. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about is, I got a comment about how, I don't know if you guys follow all my videos or not, but I got a comment how on my Devil May Cry series, a guy just didn't like how I was talking through the cutscenes. Now, I just want to make sure I explain this a little bit, because the channel is really new, and it's only about a month old. Talking through the cutscenes is kind of important now because, unfortunately, I get a lot of copyright strikes otherwise, and sometimes I you know, get into real trouble where the video won't upload and then I have to trim it and then get it back into the editing process, and it takes a really long time. So I just try to talk through everything and make sure that, and also there's like problems with other settings in the video. So anyway, the thing that you need to know is I try to upload everything with as much commentary as possible, and that unfortunately, in the beginning at least, includes talking through the cutscenes a little bit. Now, I try to at least avoid talking through scenes where, you know, there's dialogue and or like intense action. But usually I'll try to say a thing or two. It's kind of like the radio, you know, at times where you know the radio host has to say like a few words here and there just to ruin the song a little bit. I don't know how else to explain it to you guys. I don't know why this doesn't work with me. And I've seen plenty of Devil May Cry, and I mean plenty of walkthroughs out there. Obviously, I mean the channel is new, but I was. Yeah, I did my research before I even started this channel, and I kind of dipped my fingers into walkthroughs and stuff way beforehand. And from my experience, at least the people who are now famous, you know, if IGN, for example, decides to do a walkthrough, now it's not going to be a big deal. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to explain. It's not going to be, you know, a big deal, but yeah. Just try to stick with me there. If later on, if this, I mean, again, I want to say thank you to everybody who watches my videos, and it's quite supportive. If later on this channel becomes kind of bigger, who knows what's going to happen. I promise I am doing this intentionally. I just want people to know, and I'm not trying to ruin anybody's experience, but it has to be what it has to be. So, you know, I say you know a lot, all the time. So anyway, as you can see in the video now, it's we're moving towards the pirate guy. I tried not to go through like crucial plot points, but I try to avoid going through like farming situations, just because it kind of gets a little boring after a while, and I don't think that people just want to see me level up, especially in this game. It's one of the stupidest things ever. So you know, it might have been interesting in games such as actually I remember going through, at some point I get into this moods where I just want to see some old content, and I remember going through a walkthrough for Final Fantasy VIII. And if you know a little bit about Final Fantasy VIII, you'll know that I know it happened in a lot of Final Fantasies after that, but you'll know that there's a lot of ways to necessarily level up. And I'm not talking about like level up candies here. This is not like Pokemon. But what I'm saying is, after you get the for those who have played it, there's a boss that you fight called Zantetsuken or Zantetsuken or whatever the hell the name is. And after you defeat him, then there's a point in the battle, there's a point in the game where you you know, where the guy the boss will just pop up in random battles, and if it's a random mob, it will just it will kill it instantly, and if it's not, and if it's a boss, it will do no damage. But and then again, that even changes further, I think, because he gets murdered in the end of the second CD, if I'm not mistaken, or like in the middle of a third, and then there's another guy. But anyway, huge story. But what I'm saying is, it might have been interesting in a game like this to show leveling, just because you can either, you know, fight a monster with guardian forces, or with simple attacks and like the limit breaks, and or with just, you know, sheer luck, you know, where you just wait for the Zantetsuken guy. So but here it's one of these games that I feel like it's not it's just, I don't know, it feels like it's not worth it. So you know this, if you guys want to if you guys feel like want to see some farming, please let me know in the comments. I will definitely indulge on that end. I don't know if I'm gonna be I don't know if I'm gonna be talking the whole time here. I actually I've already, and that's the other thing, like at some point I actually edited the video more, and I just wanted to do some cool stuff with the video edit with the editors there, and it's just it's not gonna work now, which is a pity. But I don't know if I wanna talk the whole time now. It just kind of ruins the moment for me. I'm a very live commentary person, and I want people to understand this more. Like I see a lot of people where you know, if it's a hard boss fight, or if it's a you know, it's I'm losing my train of thought here, I'm sorry. Or if it's you know, it's a very difficult situation to go through, and they don't want to be talking at the same time, they just want to be focusing. By the way, you'll notice in this part of the video something that you didn't notice before. I just forgot to just basically go through everything and just, you know, make sure I've fought everything in the room, clean all the frog coins, so on and so forth. But anyway, what I was saying is I've seen a lot of these things happen with post commentary, and I think it kind of ruins the moment a little bit. Just because I feel you gotta be in the moment. This is part of you know, this is, as I was saying about the radio, I think this is part of the reason people you know, watch radio shows is because they want to, you know, be part of the moment at the time that's happening. Anyway, so I don't really like to do that, but who knows? Who knows if I'll talk the whole time? The fight should be coming up pretty soon. Pretty soon. It should be coming up pretty soon. The fight. But yeah. Well, I'm watching it at the same time too, just so I know where my commentary a little bit fits. That's why I'm falling into these silent moments. As you can see, I've pretty much fought everything now. Mallow is a lot stronger with his magical attacks, and I tried to increase the physical attacks for Mario too, just because this Jones, whatever the hell his name is, he fights one-on-one with him, and he's pretty hard, you know, especially after he does that boost thing, that defense boost. Anyway. What's going on here? So we're going through the door, and we're gonna fight the pirates. And I was actually at some point I think it's coming up after this fight. I've decided that, you know, I've gained a lot of levels too, so I don't want to bring the whole experience if I get to lose again. So as you'll see, I go back and I resave my game. Saves, really important, you know. Even if the game is easy, which this game is, I'm not gonna lie. This game, it's not super easy, but it's easy. You just have to be, you just have to pace yourself. Like I was just trying to do like the whole Devil May Cry thing, where you just storm through, and if you feel like exploring a little bit, you'll do it, but you don't want to tire people. Well, if you pace yourself well, this game is super easy. You shouldn't have any problems at any point. But so sure enough, here I think I'm checking my items now, but I think that I will be going back. Maybe my words won't necessarily fit the actions more. I'm sorry again. This was not my intention. Stupid thing was just not working, and I didn't know it until the moment I found out you know, while working on the editing. Which gets me to the point where I'd like to talk a little bit more about how I would want the channel to work on from now on. This is probably going to be